to MCM. And
Yeah, no, I got
how it
you.
all
So, my name's Daniel Marmerstein, Stan and Ann's son. I basically came back from LA. God, that's 13 years ago. That feels like a long time. And I was working at NIH, and then my mom started deteriorating. And we didn't really know what to do. Very small family, so we don't, there was no kind of support group, support network, that kind of thing. And we got in touch with Aging Network Services. It has like a private, social worker kind of thing when stuff was really starting to get bad. And they definitely steered us toward MCM, Steve and Andrea, and that made such an enormous difference. Like, we were first going through the whole thing of her being in the hospital, and we don't know who to reach out to, and it's like, okay, they tell us the hospital, it's like, okay, well, we need somebody in here, and I'm like just calling, like, okay, Steve, can you help me? And yes, that was kind of the initial thing of, like, in the sort of panic moments, they were able to help. And then once we finally got to the point that it's like, okay, we're figuring out what we're really doing long term, they had the people to help. I'm scared. Maybe if we had a bigger family and, like, we had somebody else who we knew that would, but it finally got to the point that it was out of control, and I'm worried. I mean, she's way smaller than he is, but if he's just getting out of his chair and she lunges, which it was like, we're getting to a point that this is violent, and I can't tell you how much I wish that we'd reach out to, well, in this case, Aging Network Services as social workers, but it was them leading us to the support that MCM could give us. You know what I mean? I was like, I wish we had that started before we had it. It would have been a lot easier if we had.
Were there, like, signs before the violence at all?
It's the sort of thing you can go back quite a number of years beforehand if it's in retrospect. Like, getting harder and harder to make decisions about things. Like, something as simple as, like, this is a restaurant we go to, we get, every week or other week, and instead of being quickly able to make a decision, it's like, it's really a struggle for like 15-20 minutes to pick what you're going to get. And this is the same menu you've been looking at for years. It's like things that didn't strike you at the time that were like, something's really going wrong. In retrospect, it's obvious.
Right.
But I don't know. Like, I feel bad that it got to the point that before we understood we have to get it. Well, I mean, I guess there's two ways I'd answer that. One is, as far as the most impactful thing for my father and I was having people to call on to help us. Like, we weren't alone. Like, it wasn't like we're fighting this battle by ourselves. As far as my mom is concerned, from her perspective, it's just having the ability to have somebody there all the time who's, with her, and kind of, how should I say this? When this was first happening, it's my mom. Like, the idea that, like, she doesn't recognize me, like, I don't know how to react to that. I don't know how to, I'm learning how to deal with this. But having somebody who is a professional could just come in and be like, it's okay, and kind of calm her down and get her through stuff was a big deal. What I would say to somebody going through something similar is, don't wait. Like, reach out early. Whether it's directly to MCM, or if MCM thinks it's too early, like, I'm sure you could recommend a social worker to stuff, but don't wait till this is a disaster, till this is out of control. Like, make the plans early where, like, you know, the person who needs the help can still figure out what they want. You know what I mean? There's still, don't wait. No, I mean, that's kind of the nice thing with MCM is I know you're there. If there's, you know, it's not just like a one, if there's something else that comes up, like, oh, we now need 24-hour care. Oh, now she has to be at a nursing home, but we need additional support to go in there to, I mean, you've been there at the hospital, you've been there at a nursing home, you've been, like, if we need you, you're there. I mean, that's kind of the, I don't really have anything else. I mean, it's like, if it doesn't matter when it is, whether it's the weekend, whether it's a later, if I text and send it, you know, hey, we got this problem, we got that problem, like, you all get back to me. Like, you're always there, which is, I don't know how to say how valuable that is. It's like you're always available if something is going wrong.